All right. Good evening, everybody. I wanted to quickly come live. This is going to be about 1 hour. I know it's 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night. I don't intend on a lot of you all joining me tonight because I just wanted to come, live and just talk. Um, it took me a long time to get to this space and this place where I'm able to be vulnerable enough to talk about the journey that I took from a six-figure career to where I am today. And in doing so, in the new year, um, I knew that I needed to take creating and building my personal brand serious. I knew that the grind and the focus of creating a new business was going to be ever present, and I could not avoid it any longer. And so, um, a part of this process for me is just showing up, making sure that you all understand and know that I want to give back to the community that gave to me so much. And I want you all to know that all of the well wishes, all of the comments, all of the encouragement as I walk myself on this journey to create a personal brand and to build long lasting wealth for myself and my family, um, it is encouraging to have you all support and grow with me. But I also knew that in 2025, in giving back to my community, I wanted to make sure that you all knew that I care enough about your journey to ensure that you don't make the mistakes that I made along the way on my journey. And tonight, I wanted to talk to you all about, 2022 to today. I promised myself that I probably wouldn't tell this story again unless somebody paid me to, and I mean that, like, sincerely. This is probably the last time I'm going to tell this story. Um, and the next time I'm telling this story, someone's going to pay me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Someone's going to pay me to tell this story. But I know a lot of you are starting businesses in 2025. I know a lot of you have huge goals for yourselves and your businesses and your careers in 2025. And a part of a part of a part of an entrepreneur's journey is the ideation phase, right? Being excited and motivated, and you're hearing from God every single day about the goals and visions for your business's future. And that phase is a fun phase. Excuse me, but realize that it is a phase that is very short lived and must be short lived. I encourage any student of mine that, in fact, I had a coaching call this morning where I said, 2 days. I'm giving you 2 days to write this stuff down, get it on a piece of paper, and by Friday, we need to start taking action. By Monday, we want to have an offer ready to start putting in front of customers to create revenue. And I know a lot of you are excited about the new year. We're at the halfway mark of the first month of the year. A lot of you are already making great progress. I mean, I follow a lot of amazing Black women and a lot of amazing men and women who are crushing it early. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars already generated in the first 2 weeks of the year. And I'm like, save some for the rest of us. But in all seriousness, I know a lot of you are ready. And I know a lot of you are thirsty and hungry and excited for your futures. And let me tell you, I know that feeling. The feeling of joy that and that feeling is you're taking freedom into your own hands, right? Like you're daring to set yourself free from you know, from living somebody else's dreams, right? Like I didn't start a business to, stick it to the man, fuck them, right? I started a business because I wanted to free myself for myself. Um, and that feeling was so intense in 2022 that I couldn't help but I couldn't help but um, move in that direction. I couldn't help but move in the direction of starting my own business. And really the journey started around late 2021 because I left my career in 2022. But really in the spring and summer of 2021, I laid the foundations early of starting a landscaping business. Now I'm going to fast forward to about winter and early spring of 2022 when I started to announce that I was thinking about like starting a landscaping business. I was in the peak of my career, 2020, 2017, 2018 to 2022. The level of productivity I had in my career um, was unmatched. The level of productivity, the elite level at which my team at Ingram Micro and at Cenex, the level at which we produced was just unmatched. I want you to think about it like this. I worked for a large telco at both of these distributors, these massive tech distributors. And I want you to think about it this way. Think about, let's say, take one of these large carriers like T-Mobile, for example. T-Mobile on average does roughly somewhere around 300 to 400,000, wireless activations a year out of their retail chain. We were doing that out of our group, the 6 or 7 of us. We were doing that out of our group pretty much consistently for about 5 years. I mean, it's just elite level of productivity, just the finest professionals I've ever worked with in my entire life. I'd never worked for and with people so professional, so smart, so aggressive. I mean, we were pit bulls, man. We were on the phones, we were in inboxes all day, every day, and it was fun. I made a lot of money. I'd reached 6 figures by about 2021. And by then, I got the idea to start my business, and I went through the process of entering a partnership, which I'm not going to talk about tonight, but I entered my partnership and we were off to the races. I left my career in April of 2022, and boy, was it a roller coaster ride. And a part of this story is both a story of joy and triumph and success, because the things that I learned both in my career in tech sales and the things that I'd learned as an entrepreneur and as a small business owner are still carrying me today. And when I left my career, trust me, I had my fair shares of, have you lost your mind? Justin, you just got this career, man. Like, you just got the 6 figures. Like, what are you doing? Like, award after award, recognition after recognition, record after record. We broke it. We did it. I traveled so much, I forgot what city I was in sometimes. I became a Buffalo native. It was so much fun. And I left it all behind to mow lawns. And let me tell you something. It was the most enjoyable, the most freedom, the most fun I had in my life up until that point. I'd never been that free before. But that freedom came with a lot of pitfalls. Pitfalls I was not prepared for. I had not prepared very well for leaving my career. And my my excitement for my business was so off the charts that I was in imaginary world for a long time. I was seeing through very colored glasses, and I was not looking at the landscape from a very long-term perspective. That I'd planned so much, that I'd planned for this to go wrong and that to go wrong, that I'd done so many A, B's, and C's that I just knew we were going to be successful out the gate, and I was going to have a $500,000 business in 24 months, and that was not the case. 9.5 months later into that journey, a lot of things went wrong, not in the business, in my personal life, that affected the business in a way that caused the business to begin and the partnership to decline. And again, I won't talk about my partnership at all, out of respect for him, who I still deeply love and care about. Nonetheless, I wanted to talk to you about why, number one, you should not leave your career to start a business, and that your career is actually your cheat code to actually going out and being successful in your business. A 9 to 5 is a good thing. And if you have one, I suggest you keep one, because I believe the marketplace is changing. And I believe that if you are to grow and you are to scale your business, having that disposable income, but not only having the disposable income, not being tied to the financial results of the business from necessity, is a cheat code, because you can emotionally separate yourself and financially separate yourself from the workings of the business, so that you can be free to make good decisions, and decisions that aren't based on emotion, that aren't based on your need for the business's income or profits. And I didn't plan for those things in 2022. And it led to a rough year. I've told this story before, and I'll say it again. My home was in foreclosure. That was not a fun time. That was not a fun time. I can tell you that. And that time for me was an awakening moment. It was a moment that I'd had with myself and with God, that this mistake can't happen again. That the preparation part has to be there first. That you must prepare, even if you believe you have a rock solid plan, a rock solid onboarding process, a rock solid sales process. You must plan for the unknowns, because the unknowns will arise. And a lot of unknowns arose in our business. I gave it a second year, and things just for me personally spiraled out of control. And that led to demoralizing depression. That led to broken relationships. It led to deep addictions. It led to crippling financial strains that I'd never experienced before. And I didn't plan for it. And these are lessons that I want you tonight to take away from me, that your 9 to 5 must be your safety net. And that only when you have replaced your income at least twice do I recommend you leave your career. Now, what I'm telling you tonight is a story that is all common, right? I'm not the only person that's left their career too soon, and the business didn't work out well. The partnership didn't work out well. In fact, the average business owner or entrepreneur I've heard or I've read has 2 to 3 failed businesses. But here's what you can do to mitigate that. The first thing you can do is plan. First thing I want you to do is make sure you put away at least $20,000 to $25,000 in income, in actual savings as your safety net if you do plan on leaving your career. The second thing I want you to do is make sure that you have a rock solid offer and a mentor to help you modify that offer and put that offer on into the marketplace. What I mean by that is having someone help you introduce your brand to the public. It doesn't have to be paid. It doesn't have to be anybody that is expensive, but you need to invest in mentorship because you don't want to do this alone. All right? You don't want to start a business alone. And trying to do it by yourself and trying to will your way through it just extends the pain. Get a mentor, write down your goals, make sure you're understanding your profit and loss statements, make sure you're having your quarterly business reviews, and make sure that in your business, you're running it fundamentally sound. Like you're taking your business serious. Okay. The third thing I want you to do is I want you to market your business. Yeah, novel idea, right? Like seriously, market your business. Every single day, you should be doing something that produces income every day. Every single day. And the fourth thing that I want you to do is I want you to make sure that you are staying focused on the goals that you have for your business long term enough to see your way through to success. You must survive the dip because a dip is coming. Tonight's story, I think over the last, I guess, 15 or so, 20 or so minutes, I just wanted to talk about that journey. And it's an incomplete story. And I'm going to tell it more, but it's not going to be one that I'm going to tell for free. Over the next year, my journey is to help you all know more about me, to help you all understand more about what I believe is in this year will be the most important part of your business, and that's going to be sales. It is my goal to help as many of you learn and understand sales at a more granular level. And it's my goal to make sure that I show up in a way that gives back to my community all the things that I was given over the years by magnificent people who have poured into me knowledge and experience that I truly want to give back to each and every one of you. My story, again, is common. It is one that can be avoided. You can avoid failure. You can avoid making mistakes in your business. You can avoid not falling into a hole early. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you're following the pillars of success. Like you need a mentor. You need to market your business. You need to do income producing activities every single day. You need to keep your 9 to 5 until you replace your income twice. I sincerely mean that. Like you need to keep your 9 to 5 until you replace your income twice. You need to pray. You need to meditate. You need to take care of your personal and physical health. But more importantly, you need to take your business and entrepreneurial journey serious. And the way you do that is by focusing and taking action every single day, by making sure that you align yourself with people and activities that breed success. And I promise you that when you implement a lot of the systems that I teach in sales, that when you implement systems that financially keep you secure, like having a savings, not going into your 401k, not using your business as profits. When you do certain things, you're going to be successful. It's the lack of preparation, the lack of planning. It's the lack of understanding that there are pitfalls that are going to come, and that you need to focus on the fundamentals so that you don't fail in business. And a large part of it is just having good systems in place. Just having good systems in place. Seriously. And finding a rock solid mentor that will help usher you, answer your questions, and simplify things for you. Like walk you off the ledge when things get too scary, things get too hard, things get a little too dark. You need someone you can talk to. All things I didn't have in 22 and 23. All things I didn't have. And I want you to avoid those things by first writing down everything, putting your plan on paper, and even running it by your mentor, getting out of the ideation phase, getting into the action and execution phase so that you can test your message, so that you can test the market, so you can validate your offer, so that you can then begin making recurring or more revenue. So I guess that was all over the place kind of as a recap. In 2022, I made the mistake of leaving my 9-to-5 too soon. I'd reached 6 figures. I'd broken tons of records. I worked with amazing people. I made a mistake in leaving my career too soon, but I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I regret my business failing because it was a great business, but I don't regret the journey because everything that I've learned along the way has led me to being able to talk to you through this camera, putting all my business out on the street, right? But I want you all to know that I'm just like you, that I want to grow a business. I want to grow a brand. I want you to know, like, and trust me so that in the future, when you have questions about your business, when you have questions about sales, and if you do have questions about sales, I want you to reach out to me. I really do. If you want to role play, I want to role play with you. Leave me a message. I will role play with you. But before I leave, I do want to say this one last thing, that next week is the start of the Confidence to Close 7-day challenge. I'm super excited about it. I've been planning and prepping this thing for the better part of the last 2 weeks. It's going to be a marathon, and it's going to be the only marathon that I do like this year, first to start off the year. I'm super nervous about it, but I'm super excited to bring you guys a ton of value. I just wanted to come live and show up because I hadn't shown up in a while. I hadn't stretched these muscles in a while. But I want to thank all of you seriously for all the encouragement. Remember, guys, this is the year of focus. All right. And in the year of focus, it is writing things down, being organized, and eliminating your distractions. Aligning yourself with people, places, and things that will get you to your end goal. So that your future self, so that the future you, so that the December version of you can look back at the January version of you and be proud. Or the January version of you can look in the mirror at the December version of you and be absolutely proud of the progress that you've made. Because, guys, 12 months is going to go by just like that. And before we know it, we're going to be in midsummer wondering, man, now how am I going to finish the year strong? Many of you are off to a fast start. I don't want you all making any rash decisions this year. I want you to focus, simplify things, make things easy for you. Understand that you've got to survive the dip, that you want to survive what I believe is going to be a shifting marketplace. And let's see what we have, and let's see where we are mid-year. But right now, I want you to start taking the little action that you can to begin the journey that you're about to take that is going to set you free. And I promise, man, I'm serious. Whether that be in your sales career, your sales journey, whether that be in your business and entrepreneurial journey, your health journey, whatever journey you're on, I'm telling you, if you show up for yourself, if you focus and you create systems around your success, there is no doubt in my mind that if you leave all the outputs, that you can't control the outputs, but you can control the inputs. You can control what you put in. I know I've been all over the place. I just wanted to, I wanted to show up, stretch my muscles. I went live, complete random thoughts. I have no idea who's going to watch this. I have no idea who's going to gain value from this. But if you gained any value, follow me, like this, spread the word, make sure that you tell your friends, don't leave your job, don't leave your 9 to 5, use it as a cheat code, use it as disposable income to run your ads, to make sure that you're not stressing yourself. And because it's hard to dream when you're drowning. You can't dream when you're drowning, okay? All right? You can't soar when you got one wing clipped off. You can't fly like that. So I encourage you all to use my story as a cautionary tale of what not to do. And then as we meet more and we get better and we see each other more and we spend more time together, you guys will see a deeper evolution of the wisdom that it brought to me, that failure brought to my life, and some of the things that I'm doing now, the systems I'm creating now, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, making sure that I'm focusing and studying, making sure that I'm doing all my income producing activities in the first 5 hours of my morning, making sure that I'm budgeting, making sure that I'm taking care of my health, making sure that I'm aligning myself with people that are going in the exact same direction as I am. I did not do those things in 22 and 23. And they led to a lot of pain. And I want you to avoid pain by focusing, by making sure that you have a plan in place and that you're aligning yourself with people that are going to help you get to where you're trying to go. Y'all have a good night. It's 10:30. I'm not going to bed, but I'm going to go relax and prep more for next week. Again, guys, the 20th to the 28th, I'm holding the Confidence to Close Challenge. I hope I can maybe chop this up into some nice, useful content. And hopefully I'll see you guys Thursday. I'm going to go live Thursday with more structured content. You guys like this, all this nice stuff, like the whole, live with Justin Sales Academy? You guys are my guinea pigs. I'm testing this stuff out. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you all so much. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. I can't wait to continue to hear your success stories. I can't wait to see my Course Careers family again. You guys bring me so much life. I am back to life. It is time now to hit the ground running, to take action, to begin doing the little small tasks every single day that build to a giant victorious finale towards the end of the year. And I cannot wait to see what you all continue to be successful at. And I'll see you guys on Thursday.